they thought they had you figured out. Okay, they thought they had you figured out because they thought that they knew it all. They're a part of some group, they're a part of some organization, they're a part of some clique that tried to team up against you, that tried to outsmart you, that tried to bring you down. But one thing that they didn't understand and they did not comprehend when they tried to count you out, they didn't realize that you was part of a bigger team. They didn't realize that you was part of a bigger clique. They didn't realize that you was living from your true self, from your soul. You wasn't attaching yourselves and formulating things and situations and people and, trying to be things that you are not, and force yourself to, be something other than yourself, and finding value in everything around you except for who you are. And when they felt like you were different, at first, they were welcoming you in, they were trying to size you up. And then they found out that you were different. And they found out that you weren't going with what they were talking about and the tricks that they were trying to play on you. What did they do? What did they do? Oh, they couldn't stand it. They couldn't take it. They felt like, well, if we can't beat her, why don't we join her? And it's so funny, though, that when they're not around their little false group, their little false clique, the people that they feel like they have to align themselves with, the associations that they have to be intertwined with, okay? When they are not with those individuals and they are by themselves and you see them, they don't bring the same energy. You know why? Because they know all along that you can see through them. And they believed that this grouping up against you, this group setting, this clique mentality was strong enough, was armored enough, was thick enough to hide who they truly were, who they truly are from you. But it wasn't. And it's not. Because, it takes way more effort. It takes way more strength. It takes way more people. It takes way more everything to be something that we're not. Believe it or not. It takes way more than that. It seems great. It seems fine. It seems cool, to be a part of something. To feel like you belong to something. To feel like when it's a number of you, it's a group of you, that you finally made it. Okay. And it's so funny because a lot of them, they were picked on. They could have been outcasts. They could have been a lot of things coming up. And what did they do? Instead of getting themselves in a position to where they can truly live and break free of what it was that they experienced and heal and really heal others and assist others, they decided that they themselves were going to become the bullies. Daggone it, I said. They decided that they themselves was going to become the bullies. And that's how they get around. They get around when it comes to bullying. But the thing about it is, and they put on these facades. And these facades is supposed to make you feel intimidated. These facades is supposed to make you feel like you lacking and they the ones that's packing, okay? These facades is supposed to make you feel less than, okay? At one point in time, you want nothing. See, they hung around. Let me get comfortable because I said they hung around you, okay? They hung around you because they could use you. They could use you. And you say, well, Butterfly, how? I didn't have no money like that. Butterfly, I didn't have a life like that. Butterfly, I didn't even have a car like that. Butterfly, I live with my parents. Butterfly, like I didn't have nothing for them to use me with. But you're wrong. You are wrong. Yes, you had everything. You had energy. You had your energy. You had your essence. You had your lights. Okay? Mm-hmm. And they use you. They also hung around you because, okay, they said they sense the light in you. Okay? They said they know that there's something about you that was great. That is great. That could be great. That's more. But the thing about it was, and what they counted on was that you did not know these things about yourself. That's what they counted on. They counted on the fact that you did not know these things about yourself. And they were continuing to count on the fact that you would never know. You know, because as long as they threw shade at you, as long as you were sick, as you was ill, you were depressed, you felt like you were unworthy, the more that they could keep you in a loop and string you along and choose everybody over you, the better that they felt about themselves, okay? The better that they felt about themselves, the more that they could do that to you. But the moment that you decided that you were no longer to be used because you know who you are, you did the work, none of that stuff made you then, and none of that stuff makes you now. Your confidence grew. Your awareness grew. You learned about yourself. You know who you are. You know what life is really about. And one thing you was able to do was you was able to recognize them. You was able to see straight through them and see their soul and see their lies. And you was able to point it out. And you was able to tell them about themselves. And you could have either verbally told them about themselves, or you could have just been like, okay, you are moving funny. And because you are moving funny, I am moving away. Do you understand me? And because you were able to do that, because you was just able to wake up. Okay. And you was just saying, I'm not allowing you to use me anymore. You're not better than me. Okay. You are not. Because you go and you dress yourself up in all these things. You find lovers and relationships and you try to make them be this thing. Shoot, some of them was even getting in relationships and being with partners, partnering up with people and trying to turn that person into you. Why? They was trying to make a doppelganger out of you. They was trying to make a twin. They was trying to duplicate you. And duplicate your blueprint because they really thought and they really believed that they could duplicate you and have another you. And then the fact that you left them alone, you didn't want to have nothing to do with them, did not mean anything because, hey, I got another one of you right here. But they were wrong. Mm-hmm. They were wrong because you can't be duplicated. Huh? How about that? I said they was wrong because you can't be duplicated. Oh, but they thought they had you. Mm-hmm. But they were wrong.